So good morning to everyone. Again, I just welcome you all on the platform of Careerwill GS English. How are you all? And how's your feeling and how's your preparation is going on? Just let me confirm if I'm audible and visible to everyone. Is there any issue are you facing? Any challenges are you facing in terms of audio and visual? Just let me confirm if I am audible and visible to everyone. So let's try to revise that all the topics that we have discussed in the previous classes. So first of all, I just want to let you confirm that we have discussed the part of elasticity of demand. What do you mean by the elasticity of demand? So we have discussed the change in the price, the percentage change in the price. Just because of percentage change in the price, you have a percentage change in demand, right? Or you can say quantity demanded. So whatever the ratio you are getting, that ratio is coming, or you can say the percentage change in the quantity demanded is coming due to the percentage change in the price. This is what elasticity of demand. It means it shows the quantitative, or you can say magnitude of change in demand. How much percentage is demand is how much percentage of demand is changing just because of change in the price. This is what elasticity of demand. So we have discussed there is five types that you are facing in terms of elasticity of demand, that we have discussed that elasticity of demand that exactly equal to the one which is unit elastic. And then we have discussed ed is greater than 1. It means elasticity of demand greater than 1 means what? This is elastic demand. And then it is ed is less than 1, it means inelastic demand. And the fourth one is what? Ed is equal to 0, it means perfectly inelastic. And the last one is what? Perfectly elastic, which is ed is equals to undefined, or you can say infinite, right? So we have discussed these five types of elasticity of demand, right? So this is what that we have discussed. This is what price elasticity of demand we have discussed in previous class. This was what? Price elasticity of demand. This is the topic that we have discussed in our previous class, right? So we have the possibility that ed means what? Elasticity of demand that is equal to 1. It means what? This is what? Unit elastic. In which type of goods unit elastics are applied? Unit elastic comes. So this is for normal goods. This is for normal goods, right? And then we have discussed that ed is greater than 1. Ed is greater than 1. It means what? This means elastic demand. Elastic demand. This is what? Elastic demand when there will be the ed is greater than 1. It means what? The percentage of change in demand is higher than the percentage of change in price. If your demand is highly changes just because of little bit change in the price, this means what? Highly elastic. That is why it means elastic demand, right? And this is done which type of goods? In luxury goods. Luxury goods in luxury goods. If the prices are dropped of luxury goods, the demand of the rich people consumers are highly inflated, highly changes, right? Highly fluctuated. This is why this type of elastic demand comes in the luxury goods. And the degree of if we talk about the degree of elasticity, so degree of elasticity is more than 1. So if I just talk to you, if I just tell you, and how the possibility that 1 will come, if there will be equal change in the price and equal the change in the demand. So the demand is price changes this much, and demand is also changes this much. So the if the change of price and demand is equal, so we can say the answer will come at 1. But if there will be change in the price this one and demand is changing this much, or you can say if the price is changing this much and the demand is increasing this much, so this means what? Demand is comparatively changing high, comparatively changing the price. So that condition will come what? This is greater than 1, right? This is greater than 1. And For which good type of? Luxury goods, right? So now the third one is what? ED is less than 1. ED is less than 1. What do you mean by this ED is less than 1? ED is less than means what? In respect of change in price, demand is not changing that much. Demand is not changing that much. The change in the demand is little bit changes. Like if the price is decreasing this much, but your demand is increasing only this much, it means the degree of demand changing, or you can say the percentage of changing in the demand is little bit less comparatively change in the price. If the price changes, let's say 10%, your demand changes only 7%. It means what? Demand changing of demand is less elastic. So we can say here, this is what? Inelastic demand. Inelastic demand, right? This is what? Inelastic demand. Am I clear? Is there any issue to anybody? So in which type of goods this comes? This comes in necessity goods. Necessary goods. I have already discussed you all the types of goods: necessary goods, normal goods, luxury goods. That they are also known as Veblen goods, right? So inelastic demand comes into which type of goods? This is what? Necessary goods. If there will be change in the price of salt, your demand is not will be changed that much. Yes, it will change, but not changes in that much in terms of comparatively change in price. Now the last one is what? When ED is 0, it means what? Demand doesn't change. Demand is doesn't change. It means what? ED is equals to 0. It means what? ED is equals to 0. It means what? That is perfectly inelastic. Perfectly inelastic, right? So it means the prices, whatever the prices, if prices goes on high, if the prices goes on decreasing, demand is still on the same place. Demand is still on the same place. So this is what? Perfectly inelastic. Right? We will also, in this class, we will discuss some curves, that how the examination in this the question, how questions are asking from this type of topics. So we'll discuss about this also. So the last one is ED is equals to infinite, that is undefined. This is known as perfectly elastic. Okay. So majorly what the question is asking, how the curve of perfectly inelastic, the curve of perfectly elastic. Here it is undefined, or you can say 1 upon 0. You can say 1 upon 0 or infinite. This means what? There is not change in the price, still the demand is changing, right? Price is constant here. Here the price is constant. Here the price is constant. Doesn't change in the price. So the type of question asked in this from this topic, like it might be asked, what is the curve will show at the time of perfectly elastic demand, right? So this type of questions may be asked. So now we need to understand majorly three types. First is what? Unit elastic. It means what? When ED is 1. So this what means? The percentage of change in price exactly equal to the percentage of change in demand. So this is what is equals to ED is equals to 1. Now what is the curve of x-axis, y-axis, origin. So curve will like this, right? Curve will like this. This is demand. So if the price that exactly changes to the demand, this is Q, this is price. When the price is exactly equal to the changes in the demand, that the name of this curve is known as rectangular hyperbola, hyperbola, rectangular hyperbola. If you are getting the rectangular hyperbola shape, that we can say ED is exactly equal to the one which means unitary elastic or unit elastic, right? So if the examiner will ask that what the curve will what is the name of that curve, if the ED is equals to 1, so you have to answer the rectangular hyperbola, right? The rectangular hyperbola. Am I clear to everyone? Now the second one is what? Perfectly inelastic. Perfectly inelastic. What do you mean by this perfectly inelastic? It means what? ed is ed is equals to 0. What do you mean by this perfectly inelastic? Ed is equals to 0. Now what do you mean to say ed is equals to 0 means what? There is no change in the demand after the change in the percentage of price. That doesn't affect on the change in demand. Demand is still constant, it still remains the same after the changing in the price, or it will be decreased or increased. So after the increase and decrease in the price, there nothing be change in the quantity demanded. So that's why it is known as ed is equals to 0. Perfectly inelastic. Perfectly inelastic. Right now, what is the curve of this perfectly inelastic? Let's say this is x-axis, this is origin, and this is y-axis. Here we can say this is quantity demanded, and here it is price. So what I say, this is what price. I am saying what? You are demanding this much of quantity. Let's say this is Q. You are demanding this much of quantity. This much of quantity. Let's say it's Q 20 units. So whatever the price, you are demanding the same. Whatever the price. If the price is rupees 10, still you are demanding 20. If the price rupees 20, still you are demanding 20. If the price is 30, still you are demanding 20. It means what? The demand will remains the same after the lot of changing in the prices. So whatever the price changes, that doesn't affect on the quantity demanded. So prices changes, but the demand is still the same at the every level of change in the price. So this is what the ed is equals to 0. It means what? The shape you are getting, the curve you are getting, this is also the shape of demand curve. So the curve of demand you are getting in ed is equals to 0, or you can say in perfectly inelastic, the curve you are getting. What is the name of this curve? You can say the name of this curve is what? Vertical. This is vertical curve, vertical demand curve. This is what? Vertical demand curve. So if the question in the exam, if the question is asking that what is the type of curve you are getting in perfectly inelastic, so you have to answer what type of curve you are getting. This is what? Vertical demand curve. Vertical demand curve, right? Vertical demand curve in perfectly inelastic, right? Ed is equals to 0. Why this curve is happening? Because why this curve is you are getting? Because of having no change in the demand after all change in the price. That doesn't affect on the single amount of in demand. So this is what? Vertical demand curve. Next is what? Perfectly elastic. Perfectly elastic means what? The prices is constant. Price is constant at this point of time. It means ed is equals to infinite, or you can say 1 upon 0. It means what? We can say ed is equals to infinite, right? So here we can say, if I am making this curve x, this is y axis, this is origin, and let's say this is price. Let's say this is price. So I need to explain that one thing. If the price is same at the every level of output, let's say this is a price, this is what? Price curve. Now let's say this is rupees at rupees 10, you are demanding 20 units, you are demanding at the same point of time, at the same price. Price is not changing. You are demanding sometime 20 units, sometime 30 units, sometime 40 units, sometime 50 units. So your demand may be changed undefined, infinite. It may be less, it may be more, but there is not change in the level of price. Price is constant at every level of output. When the price is constant at every level of output, then the demand is known as perfectly elastic, or you can say the price elasticity of demand will become perfectly elastic, which is equal to ed is equals to 1 upon 0. Am I clear? So you can write here what? No change in the quantity demanded. No change in the quantity demanded. Right now we are just comparing the demand, change in the demand in respect of just price. Only the price is changing, and that will affect on the change in demand. We are not discussing in the change in the income, change in the other related good. That we are not discussing. That we will discuss in further. But now I am discussing is what? The change in the price elasticity. Price elasticity of demand. It means what? There is a change in the demand just because of change in the price, not other things, other determinants, other factors. No change in the quantity demanded. This is what ed is equals to, the price is constant. Price is constant. Now if I just ask to you that what type of curve you are getting, what type of curve you are getting in, if the perfectly if ed is undefined, or you can say ed is perfectly inelastic, sorry, perfectly elastic. So what type of curve you are getting? So this is what? Horizontal curve. So you can answer in perfectly elastic we are getting the horizontal curve. So this much only exams ask. Only it asks from the three topics. The first one is perfectly elastic, second one is perfectly inelastic, and the third one is unit elastic. So we can write here equal percentage of change in quantity demanded and price. So what is means unit elastic? Equal percentage change in the quantity demanded and the price. This is known as what? Unit elastic. And the curve you are getting the rectangular hyperbola. If the price is 10, if the prices rises from the 2 units, so demand is also 2 rupees. So demand is also increasing only 2 units, decreasing only 2 units. So equal percentage, the change in the demand and the price is equal. So this is what? Unit elastic. So we can also write the perfectly inelastic. It means what? How we can write? Prices changes but the demand is still constant at every level. So no change in the quantity demanded after changing in the level of price. This is what? This is what? Perfectly inelastic. Just note it down fast. Just note it down fast. So what we have just studied these types, and then we have studied the unit type of unit elastic, perfectly inelastic, or perfectly elastic. Just write it down fast. Am I clear to everyone or not? Just let me confirm fast. Am I clear to everyone or not? Now we need to discuss this as we have discussed right now. Price elasticity of demand. It means what? It means what? Price elasticity of demand. Right now we have discussed the change in the demand just because of price. So this is what? Price elasticity of demand. Now we will discuss income elasticity of demand. Now we will discuss about the income elasticity of demand. We will discuss income. Now we are going to discuss income. It is very much thick one. Income elasticity of demand. So here two word is very much important. I have mentioned here the demand is changing just because of income. Just because of income. Recently, previously that we have discussed, the demand is changing just because of change in the price. Now we are discussing the change in the income will affect on the change in the demand. Now what do you mean this word? So there is also, we can say, the first you can get what? Ed means what? Very same. Elasticity of demand is equals to 1. First of all we need to write the formula. Ed means what? Here we can write percentage change in quantity demanded, percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in the income. Earlier it was the price, but here we need to talk about the percentage change in the income. This is what? The formula, right? So here we need to understand that what type of possibilities that you can change in the ED. So the first one is what? ED is equals to 1. ED is equals to 1. What do you mean this ED is equals to 1 means what? ED is equals to means what? The equal change in, we can say equal, we can write here what? Equal change in demand and income. It means what? The percentage change in the income that will exactly equal to the percentage change in the demand, right? If your income rises from 10 income rises to 10% by 10%, so we can say if your income rises by 10% just because of change in the income of 10%, your demand is also rising 10%. So we can say here is a positive relation. Here is a positive relation. This is what? Here is a positive relation. So this type of condition come in which situation, in which type of goods? We can say it comes in normal goods. It comes in normal goods. Or you can say there is a positive relation. There is a positive relation we are getting. We are getting the positive relation, because if your income rises, you will shift towards to the normal goods. If you are purchasing, let's say if you are purchasing clothes from the street, now if the income is rising, so you will able to, now you are able to, or you can say you are comfortable to purchase clothes from the mall, showrooms, branded clothes. So it means we can say that how much the change in income that will impact on the change in your demand. It means what? There is a positive relation. Once the income will change, the demand will also change. If the income is rising, the demand of goods will rise. If the income is decreasing, the demand of goods will be decreased. So this is what we can say, there is a positive relation between the income and the demand is at the time of normal goods, right? At the time of normal goods, and the situation is what? AD is equals to 1. Why? Because there is an equal change in the demand and the income. There is an equal change in the demand and income, and this is also called what? Unit elastic. This is what called unit elastic. Am I clear to everyone? Is there any doubt to anybody? Now the second one is what? Second one is what? ED is greater than 1. Now ED is greater than 1 means what? ED is greater than 1. ED is greater than means what? We can say the demand is high, but your income is not increased that much. Your income doesn't increase that much, but your demand increase, your level of demand increased that much, right? So if your income rises by 10%, your demand is rising by 15%, instantly change in the demand. So at what type of goods you are getting this type of situation? You are getting this type of situation in the types of luxury goods. In the type of luxury goods, if your income is rising 10%, your demand shifted towards to the luxury goods. It means what? This is what? The change in the demand is more than the change in the income, right? So this type of situation you are arising in type of luxury goods. In type of luxury goods. Luxury goods. In type of luxury goods. Am I clear or not? Just tell me if I am clear or not. So here is also the positive relation. We can also that if we can also say this is, here is also the positive relation. If your income is rising, then the demand of luxury goods is also rising. If your income is decreasing, the demand of luxury goods is also decreasing. It means what? The situation you are getting, that ED is greater than 1, that is luxury good, or you are getting the positive relation. Now the next one is what? ED is less than 1. What the situation is indicating this one? ED is less than 1 means what? Your income is increasing or decreasing, or you can say the change in income by 10%, but your demand is just changing only 7 to 8% only. It means what? That demand is not affecting that much by changing in your income. Then we can say the demand is, or you can say the elasticity of demand is less than 1. Means what? Demand is not changing that much as compared to the change in your income. This is what? The ED is less than 1, and this situation is known as inelastic. Inelastic, right? And this situation is known as what? Elastic, right? Now this will come in which type of goods? This situation will come in which type of goods? For necessary goods. For necessary goods. There is also positive relation. If your income rises, the demand of necessary goods rises, but not very much. Let's say if your income rises, is it any possibility that you will now add more salt in your cooking food? Tell me. If your income rises, it is any possibility that you will drink water more and more? You will not drink water more and more, right? After the increasing your income. So this is what? For the necessary goods, if there will be change in the income, there is not a very much change in your demand. Yes, it will change, but it will change just little bit. You will buy more of quantity, just little bit, if your income rises, right? So this is what this situation comes in the necessary goods. Now the last one, and the relation is also positive. relation is also what? Positive relation. It means your income rises, the demand of necessary goods also rises. The demand of necessary good also rises, but not that much. And the last one is what? ED is, why I am writing in the red, that I just let you know. ED is equals to, ED is equals to 0, or you, no, not 0. ED is negative. This situation when comes, why this situation comes, and with in which type of goods this situation comes. So ED is negative means what? ED is now negative. Why and when ED is negative, and which type of goods you are getting this negative situation of ED? When there will be change in the income, whenever there will be change in the income, the demand of that good will be decreased. Before this situation, I have explained, there is a change in the income, the demand for, or you can say that if the increase in the income, the demand for good will also be increased. But here I am saying the increase in the increase in the income, the demand of that good will be decreased. Which type of demand, which type of goods demand will be decreased? Inferior type of, low quality type of goods. So demand of low quality type of goods will be decreased. So this is what the negative relation. If the income is increasing, the demand of inferior good, demand of inferior good, inferior good will be decreased after the increase in income. If your income is increasing, the demand of inferior goods will be decreased. This situation is meant, it actually indicating the situation of negative relation between demand and the income. One is increasing and the second one is decreasing. That is why it's negative good, negative situation. So here we can say we are getting this situation in inferior type of good, inferior goods. Just remember it, very much important, this situation, because many questions has been already asked in regards of this situation, right? So this is what we have discussed, this income elasticity of demand. And then now we'll discuss about the cross price elasticity of demand. Here what actually it, cross price elasticity of demand, cross price elasticity of demand. Now it is the third type of elasticity. Here what is it's mentioning, here what is mentioning, that cross price, and that affects actually the demand. Cross price means what? The price of another good changes and the demand of another good changes. It means what? Let's say if two goods are similar to each other, or consuming two together, or you can say if the two or more goods are consuming jointly, or you can say it is the similar to each other, so definitely the price of one good will affect the change in the price of change in the demand of another good. So this situation arises when the prices of one good changes, that will impact the change in the demand of another good. So this is known as the cross price elasticity of demand. Cross price elasticity of demand. Here the same products of price doesn't change. Here the change in the price of another good and the demand of demand changes of the another good. So it means we can say, let's say tea and coffee are similar to each other, ball pen, gel pen similar to each other. So if there will be change in the price of tea, if the prices of tea rises, the consumer will shift towards the coffee. taking coffee. So if the prices of tea will be rise, then the demand of coffee will be increased. It means what? There is a positive relation. There is a positive relation between the two goods because they are similar to each other. Because they are similar to each other, that is why this effect is known as substitution effect. This effect is known as substitution effect. Am I clear to everyone? So you are getting this cross price elasticity of demand in what type? In which type? The first thing was substitute goods. Substitute goods, you are getting this effect. Substitute goods, you are getting this effect in type of substitute goods. Substitute goods means what? When there will be change in the price of another good and the demand of the change in the demand of another good. When two goods are similar to each other, that good is known as two goods are similar to each other, right? So this type of goods are known as substitute goods. Here the relation between the price and the cross price and the demand, this is positive relation. Positive relation, right? Let's say for example you can understand this situation. Let's say you can understand this situation. If the tea price will be increased, then the impact on demand on coffee after the increasing in the price of tea will increase in the demand of coffee. So we can say after the increase in the price of tea, so it will increase the demand of coffee. This is means what? There is a positive relation. That is why we can say there is a positive relation, right, between the substitute goods. That is why this is known as a substitute goods. This is what? Cross price elasticity of demand. Cross price elasticity of demand, right? The second one is what? This is what? Substitute goods, right? Second one is what? You have listened about the complementary goods. Complementary goods. What do you mean by this complementary goods? When two or more goods are jointly consumed. When two or more goods are jointly consumed, this type of goods comes into the complementary goods, like car and petrol. So there is a negative relation between these two goods. Let's say if the prices of petrol will rise, what the impact on the demand of car? That will decrease in the purchases of car. Let's say if the prices of petrol will go to the, let's say, 500 per liter. If the prices of petrol comes at 500 per liter, will the demand will also increase in the purchase of car, or will it decrease? Tell me. The demand of purchasing of car will be increased or decreased? Definitely it will be decreased. Why? Because if you are purchasing the car, then you need to have a petrol to drive that car, and the price of petrol is very much high. So you will not demand, or you can say you will not try to purchase of car. So the demand of car will be less after the increasing in the price of petrol. So we can say the change in the price of another good, but the demand of changes of another good. So this is what? The negative relation. This is what the type of complementary goods, right? They are from this similar family, right? So it means what? There is a negative relation you are getting. Negative relation you are getting between these goods. Let's say I'm taking this example. If the price of petrol rises, if the price of petrol rises, if the prices of petrol rises, what actually it will impact on the demand of car? It will reduce the demand of, no, what will impact on the demand of car? Demand of car, it will reduce the demand. It will reduce the demand. So if there will be the increase in the price of petrol, it will reduce the demand of car. This is what we can say. It is the negative relation it is showing. Negative relation. This is showing the negative relation. Am I clear? Sat Shri Akal Sarji. Great. Tell me. Good afternoon. Am I clear what I just explained you all? Am I clear to you all or not? So there is the negative relation. So we can say there is a positive relation, or you can here we can say there is a negative elasticity. Here is a negative elasticity. In this type also we can say here is a positive elasticity. Positive elasticity because of just having the positive relation. So we can say positive elasticity. Here you are getting the positive elasticity. Here you are getting the negative elasticity just because of negative relation. And the last one is what? Non-related goods. Non-other related goods. Non-other related goods. It means what? Non-other related goods means what? There is no relation between the two goods. Like if the prices of shoes will be high, if the prices of shoes will be high, is this any possibility that will impact on the purchase of chair? There is any relation between chair and the shoes? Definitely not, right? So if the prices of fan will be, let's say if the prices of AC will be raised, so is there any possibility that will impact on the purchase of rice, demand of rice? Not, because there is nothing relation between them. So there is a, if the goods are not related to each other, so you have a zero elasticity. You have a zero elasticity. You have a zero elasticity because the goods are not related to each other. Totally different. Example, for example, let's say AC and chair. They both are not related goods to each other. This is what the exact completion of elasticity of demand. Just let me confirm if I'm cleared each and every topic to you all. Am I clear to you all? Just let me confirm fast. Okay, so this is what I have to explain that regarding the elasticity of demand. Now we'll discuss some previous year questions. From this topic, then we'll complete this syllabus, right? So then we'll complete this, not syllabus, this part of demand, right? So we'll meet in next class. Thank you so much you all, and take care. Make your preparation best of best by watching all the videos which are just coming in this channel. So if you are new on this channel, You can subscribe to our channel, this Careerwill GS English, and also you can watch some other faculties classes that will actually benefits for your examination preparation, right? And if you are new on this channel, you can subscribe, and also you can join my Telegram channel, that Abhishek Sir Official. This is my Telegram channel. You can also join this channel. I am also taking the current affair classes on Bankers Ground. This is my Telegram channel. I am writing on the next page. This is my Telegram channel. You can join Abhishek Sir Official. Abhishek Sir Official. This is what my Telegram channel. You can join this channel so that you can get this all the PDF that I am teaching here, and or you can say I am using. This totally handwritten notes is more than enough for your examination preparation. You don't need to make another notes beside this topic, right? So thank you so much all. We'll meet you next class. Thank you so much. Take care. Jai Hind. Bye.